guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a first impressions, finally after so long, I've been waiting on this for so long, the first impressions of my PAC Beauty Blender. Now obviously I've already shot that demo, so let me just show you what the Beauty Blender looks like after it has been used for the first time. It reminds me of the original Beauty Blender quite a bit because the color is very similar. I believe it's not the same to the best of my knowledge, but it's very similar. The size and shape is of course similar, and they say that it is almost as soft as that, if not as soft as that. So without much further ado, let's first go ahead and try out how this product blends out. I am going to use it on my foundation, on my concealer, and on my cream contour, and on my cream blush, which is the makeup that I have on today. So without much further ado, let's first go and check out the demo, and then we'll come back and discuss the rest of the things. So you guys, let's get started with the demo. So the first thing I'm going to show you is something. The packaging is very beautiful. I love the box that it comes in. It's not very user friendly after I start using it and after it becomes damp, but initially look how pretty it looks, and then you open it up and this is what it looks like on the inside. And this is the Beauty Blender that we're going to be dealing with. So I've never used this before. I was saving it for this first impression. And just to give you a size reference, this is my hand and this is where it is. This is completely dry and I can completely hide it within my hands. This is a little bit smaller than my Real Techniques one. Unfortunately, I don't have one with me right now to compare because they've all gone bad. But this is what it looks like, just for size reference right here. And then in a second I'll show you what it looks like when it's damp. And now that I've dampened it, pardon me, my hands are still wet, this is the size. It has grown significantly, as you can see, and it's very soft, very bouncy, just as soft as my Real Techniques one and quite a bit softer than the Forever 21 sponges that I've used. So very soft. I can still completely hide it within one hand, and I don't have the largest hands. I have pretty tiny hands, so that's nice. I've completely wrung it out, and before this dries up, let's start off with the demo. So the foundation that I'm using today is my Infallible 24 Hours foundation by Real Techniques. I'm just going to be taking one pump at a time, and I will be mixing it with a little bit of the liquid Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, just because I want a slightly extra luminous kind of finish. While I mix it up, let me tell you, the only thing that I have on my face right now has been moisturizer, because I don't intend to wear this foundation after I finished shooting, so I didn't put on primer. I didn't want it to last very long. I hope I didn't get any foundation in my hair. And let me just apply whatever's on my hand directly to my face. There. And let me just start by blending that out only. So I'm just using the bottom side of this to blend. So far so good. Blending well enough. Let me just take a little bit more. As I apply this, I think I like the round bottom a little bit more than the flat side that I use on my Real Techniques sponge. It's just easier to hold, and also with that I always feel the urge to slide on my face instead of bounce, which is not there with this. It's not absorbing as much product as I kind of expected it to. I'm getting pretty decent coverage considering this is just one pump, and usually I would need over 2 pumps to cover my entire face. I'm only going to take half a pump more. So the foundation application is done. So far I think I like it, but I'm going to be using all cream products as much as I can on my face today, and I'm going to be blending everything with this. So the next step of course is a little tiny bit of concealer. I'm not using a lot. Okay, that was really fast. I have to say my favorite way of blending concealer has always been a makeup sponge. And this PAC one is just brilliant actually. So far I have really liked it. It's giving me a very natural kind of finish, but definitely some coverage. Now before this concealer starts to crease on me, because all concealers crease on me, I am going to bake today, and I'm using the Lakme Rose Powder to bake. I love baking with this because it has this pink tone that, it helps me camouflage my dark circles. If you don't know, pink peach is on the opposite side of blue on the color wheel. So if you apply a little bit of pink, it's going to help camouflage the blue. People can do it with color correctors, creamy color correctors, but I just found out by accident actually that using this rose powder is actually pretty great for that, and I love it. I'm going to apply an obscene amount of it on my under eye, as you can see. Now, even though I didn't put any concealer on my nose, I am going to apply a little bit of this down the bridge of my nose, just to give it an extra bit of highlight. There we go, and we're done. So far so good. So far I'm enjoying using my beauty blender. So my camera stopped recording and I couldn't tell, but I applied a little bit of cream contour after I baked. Obviously you can see that, and I blended it away just with this. Now I'm currently blending my nose contour, and I'm trying to go about it very slowly so that I don't disturb the bake on my nose. So I'm finding it very easy to squish this to a narrowish point, as you can see over here, so that I can fit the sides of my nose without touching the bake too terribly much. So this is where we stand. So far so good. Now I'm just quickly going to dust off my bake. Alright, so now that the bake is off, I am going to cream blush a little bit, and the blush that I'm using is the Stila convertible color in the shade Peach Blossom. Now this is a super heavy coverage, highly pigmented color. So I'm just going to be taking a little bit on my small stipple brush, just one dab, and I am going to be placing it where I want, on the apples of my cheeks, so here, and blending it with my damp sponge. Applied well enough. The blush was the hardest to blend out so far, but not bad at all. So let me just quickly finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back to you with my final thoughts. So now that you've seen the demonstration or whatever, let's talk about the product. Now I like it. I've always enjoyed beauty blenders, and this is no exception. In fact, this is one of the better ones that I have tried out, and I really do like it. It's nice and affordable. It's very good quality, at least for a first impression, and it retails for 485 rupees. PAC Cosmetics sells on Amazon and is Amazon fulfilled, to the best of my knowledge. So I think that this product is worth buying. Now I did face a little bit of trouble while blending out my blush, but it wasn't that bad. The only thing that I found a little different from my Real Techniques one was that it doesn't have that cut across flat surface, and I'm not entirely sure that I dislike that. I think I like the bounciness that comes from the having a round bottom like this a lot more than the flat surface, because that kind of makes me want to brush on, like swipe the product on my face instead of bounce. This was definitely extremely bouncy, so I like that. I like the consistency, the price is right, and all in all I think it's a great purchase. It does look very cute sitting inside its case, and once I've dried it, cleaned it and dried it, I think I'm going to start storing it in that only, because it keeps it clean as well. And for anybody who's interested in buying this, I will have it linked in the description box. No, this is not sponsored. Let's start over there. This is not sponsored. I just really like it and I can easily link it, so I will link it for anybody who wants to buy it. Now, before I leave, I do want to ask you guys to go ahead and follow me in all of my social media. So that is my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Twitter. Go ahead and follow me everywhere, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's that red button right underneath the video window. And also, after you've subscribed, go ahead and click that bell icon and turn on notifications for my channel. That way you guys will be notified as soon as I upload. So with that, I bid you guys adieu, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.